In other news, a 9-year-old boy has chained himself to the roof of his grandmother's house in protest against allegations that a private developer has grabbed their land.
Kisa na mwana kijana yule kwenda kule juu ni nini na atashuka haula.
Kaka ani sojo inzo na kata to dak makae bisa ni koropendo reka gimbe gile ta koro konyorore ngutgine kecho genge kaka.
And as you can see, the boy has chained himself and has refused to come down. The incident was witnessed here by a resident here, Mr. Mandela.
Kenya 50+1 na bado tuko minus. Tukuna watu flani hawatu mind us. Wanaishi tuna mind, mbona walapi watuongoza. Wanatutawala, tuwametugawanya.
Politics is not what you see inside the ballot box. Politics is how underperforming leaders use the ballot box to win the election. Our corrupt leaders won't face jail time, but the free airtime bonus can get a blogger arrested. Mr. Minister, stealing money to build 5 stars. Could he be a star and build a public cancer facility?
Tumechoka kuibiwa, tumechoka kuingizwa, tumechoka kupewa ahadi, kunyimwa miradi. Wananchi tunang'ang'ana, kila siku tunapambana na tumechoka. Wananchi tunang'ang'ana, kila siku tunapambana. Walking nation tangu 63, zaidi ya 40 million voices.
Make wrong choices. I wonder kama Turkana kuna bar, kama iko ni moja nitwa balanja. Sunday best hustler pajama kwa mtoi wa prezi. Mifuko za waheshimiwa ni kama amboseli zimejaa na mandovu. Mifuko za wananchi ni kama kile mheshimiwa zinaga.
Thank you so much. We are sorry for what happened. Cyprian, you can mute. Cyprian, mute the music. Thank you so much, guys. And we are sorry for what has happened. There was maybe a technical hitch. The space dropped, and we were continuing to speak. So, with our policy of each and everyone here is being allowed to speak, I'm giving this chance to Daktari. I'm seeing someone with the name Doctor. Someone here. Proceed, Doctor. Ramadhani, that is. Proceed.
Good evening, everyone. Hope mnanisikia.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. One thing that I wanted to say is that it's high time that this country, when we move forward, you don't go back again. Politicians have been investing in our power of forgetting things. We talk about something, we complain for 2 days. Once it's forgotten, that is it. The way forward, it is us to march forward. And the way, there's a time that President said that he's slow. I think he said that he's a scientist and he's slow. I have to say that is true. The guy is very slow. The reason why I'm telling you this is you cannot be a deputy president for 10 years and you don't know how to lead the country. The guy was always on top of vehicles, campaigning and thinking that Uhuru wasn't governing this state well. He has taken the power. It's nearly 2 years. We are already on the streets. Why? Because he thought the policies are that easy. Secondly, the guy thinks that the whole country is stupid. And where I've seen these guys are looting money from is the Ministry of Transport. That's why the guy decided to remove Kipchumba and bring Chirchir. That is where money is being looted. And it is high time that we forget this stupidity. How can someone just remove a governor aspirant and replace with the deputy. Remove a PS, a CS, and replace with his an assistant. That just shows that the guy is just taking us for a ride. The thing is that let us not at all try to move back. Let us march forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Then Keith, you can speak.
Okay. Habari yenu wote, of which nasema thanks kwa Mike. Thanks kwa Mike. So kitu ya kwanza naweza sema Nyakundi, thanks kwa hii space cause kupata space pia ni ngumu sana. Kupata mic kwa space, it is very hard outside here, but you make it like to be like to each and every member, it is like a random thing. So nitaongea vitu chache tu kwa ajili okay, for now mtu akiuliza saizi of which tunaenda streets kwa nini, hakuna swali kama hiyo saizi. In the morning tulikuwa na that diversion kidogo of which I saw it ikiendelea pale space wapi but it is better for now, at least tuna speak in unity na tunajua like ni JKIA na ni JKIA ndo tunaenda, of which imekuwa poa sana, of which tunaona tukiendelea hivi at least sasa Ruto ataona kuna kitu tunafanya. Kitu ya kwanza huyu jamaa ametuweka chini sana, cause tumemwambia fanya hii, ameenda amekaa chini na wale watu wenye akona akili zao, wale wanamsurround pale akili mbovu, wamekuja hapo wamemwambia okay umewaweza. Amerudi pale kwa kanisa, after kanisa amekuja ameongelesha watu matope sana, of which unaona ni kama anaona sisi where do we belong, kwani sisi tumezaliwa wapi? Hiyo country si ya mtu mmoja, hii country ni yetu wote. So hiyo statement yenye alimake huko after kwenda kwa kanisa, hata I don't know which church can host this guy, and then guy kama huyu anakuja kwa streets alafu anaongelesha watu matope hivyo. So we going out, nafaa tumuonyeshe si ndio tulimweka pale na tunaweza mtoa pale, na hatuendi huko kumtoa kabisa kwa ajili tunataka good governance. Niyo governance ndio tunataka. Hatuwezi kuambia dissolve parliament, wewe unaenda na dissolve alafu unakuja unafanya shuffle. Unatuleteaje tena chirchir hapa kwa cabinet? Kwani sisi ni wajinga ama ni nini? Hatujui chenye tunataka, ama unalipa watu kidogo alafu unaona like okay you can manage the state. Hatutalao hiyo. So majamaa tutoke mapema vile watu venye watu wanaraukanga mapema anaenda stadium. Adono kulikuwa na time nyingine watu waliambiwa sijui watenda stadium na watapewa a short course each and every person. Watu wakacamp stadium. Adono mkaongeleshwa, watu waliongeleshwa nini? The same thing ndinafaa tuamke kesho na mapema, tuende huko tuonyeshe huyu jamaa, hata kama uko Nairobi, uko wapi, Kisii, Kakamega, Migori, wapi, toka nje, fight for your life, fight for the next generation. So niyo tu naweza sema tutoke majamaa. Thanks Nyakundi.
Thank you so much. I can give Mwok. Your hand is up. Proceed.
Thank you so much, Milton. Thank you, Cyprian Nyakundi, for the platform. just to contribute, I have just a few lines to make. My concern is only with how things are running so fast, and how the government are trying to play the cat and mouse game in this. And we realized that immediately when there was occupancy in the parliament, they sat down very quickly and they sent MPs home for recess. And today they are back. And the first thing the Wetangula is telling us is that they are going to have chance for them to table the finance bill back for the MPs to vote. So this definitely means that there was some time lapse they wanted to create to make people feel, to make people tired, to make people slow down on whatever they were trying to look, and maybe to bring some mixed reactions to see on how to deal with the public, with the Gen Zs. And right now it is like they are getting back to the default set of their way of doing things. And looking at some of the few member of parliament in certain rallies, you see they are very determined, and they say, and like I had Osoro of Mugirango telling us that given chance, they are still going to vote yes for that document. And even MP Wamolo, that is John, also said that they are not going to relent in that document. When the document is brought back to the House, they are ready to vote it yes. So the government is not serious about what they are doing. Ruto is not even serious. Is like he squandered the chance that he was given. So I see we are planning to occupy the JKIA tomorrow. And I think the government should not sell people fear, and the people should not fear about what the government is likely to do. It is a movement, it is a revolution, it is something that you have to execute, because whether you execute it or not, the casualties are already there, and we shall have so many casualties given time. If we fail to get Ruto out of that office, the entire system, then casualties will be something that people will not imagine of. So I would suggest people should have a strategy of reoccupying the parliament completely and send the MPs home. They should ensure that there is no MP sitting back. There is no business in that house until we have new members, because these members are people who are both left, right, and center, and they will dance in the tune of our president, that is Ruto. So the best way we send Ruto home, we need to send MPs home first. Once the MPs are sent home, then Ruto will also follow. That's what I just wanted to put across. Thanks, Milton.
Thank you so much, Mook. I beg to differ with you because I don't think our focus now is not on Parliament. Our focus is on the main man. Yeah, we shouldn't lose focus. We were already done with Parliament. We were already done with the MPs. That was a done thing. There's nothing else you're going to do at Parliament. Story yao iliisha. Story yao ma parliamentarian, the story of MPs iliisha. Yeah, they already like occupying the judiciary, occupying Parliament, sorted those guys out. So thank you so much. Shikuku.
Thank you so much, Milton, for and Cyprian for the chance. I hope I'm audible. So what I would like to say, as we are going out tomorrow to occupy the JKIA and to deliver our message once again, I would like to say that since we started this movement, there has been there was our message mainly was that we want the good governance, we want no corruption, and this message has fallen on deaf ears. Because Ruto has shown time and time again, and the political class, that they are not listening to what we are saying to them. So going forward, our movement, with this movement, we should start thinking of ways of organizing ourselves much better and going in there and taking the bull by the horns. Because how do we take the bull by the horns? First, we get rid of Ruto, he goes away. And then next, we start looking on how we can get our people into those positions. Because we have to get in there to do the change that we want. These guys are showing that they don't want the change that we are telling them to make. So it's up to us to take the honors on ourselves to go in there and take this. The millennials, the Gen Zs, 2027 is not far away, or even if it comes much earlier, we must get ready now to go in there ourselves. These guys are not going to do it, and that's why right now, as we have baked this cake, we have pushed for good governance, and they are making some adjustments. You can see some old salamanders like Kina Joho, Kina Oparanya, positioning themselves to eat this cake that we have baked. It's we who have died in the streets. None of them was talking about these issues. None of them has done anything for this movement, and now they want to reap. You can see Mbadi, all these guys. They want to eat this cake. We should say no. And if we want them not to eat this cake, we should be there. Because if we don't, then politicians will always be politicians. And when they see a gap, they will take it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Francis Gaido. Go ahead.
Testing, can you hear me?
Proceed.
Okay, thank you very much, Milton and Cyprian, for hosting me and this beautiful space. Mine is just about tomorrow and talking about the weaknesses. We always analyze. The problem is we've been moving forward, repeating the same mistakes and not analyzing our weaknesses. Our weaknesses has been, we've been going home. I wonder why you've been going home as if the job is done. Once you get like June 25th, it was a full house in Nairobi CBD. After our comrades stormed parliament, you were supposed to stay there and safeguard the revolution, to safeguard the gains. Whoever convinced you to go home was the hidden hand, was the hidden underminer, was the hidden can we call them sellouts who convinced you to go home. So that is the thing. If you're leaving your house tomorrow, if you're participating in this noble activity, then you must be prepared to go the whole 9 years. You must be prepared to finish the job, to finish kumalo. You must be prepared to do what our ancestors set out to do, but they didn't have the tools to communicate. We now are blessed to have the technology so that we can be leaderless. We don't have to rely on one person. So I don't understand how one person can convince an entire mob to leave a staging area for a revolution and go home. So if it is you who is preparing to go tomorrow, wherever you will be, I may not like, if we have said occupy JKI, if we have said occupy Mombasa Road, wherever you will be, it's not your duty to go home and abandon the cause, because that's just the beginning. You are the revolution is just but one component. The last speaker spoke about now what next. We have all these aging warlords like Raila Odinga, Oburu Odinga, we have Mbadi. These guys, all of them are opportunists waiting to cash in on where they did not reap. Shameless opportunists, shameless profiteers. They have earned from the sweat of Kenyans every electoral cycle while engaging in these phantom agreements called handshakes. So John Bardi and Co., we are warning you that if you continue making those inflammatory statements, we are going to come for you, John Bardi. Can you shut up? We don't want to hear your comments. Then if we are talking about JKIA, there is a press statement that has just been released by the Inspector Inspector General acting. He's talking about it's a protected. No. Those are stories. The protected areas are the military installations. They are what? The military is not supposed to be outside tomorrow. So they're trying to sell you fear. The propagandists are overworking because this is a significant moment in the history of Kenya. Let's embrace it. It was never meant to be easy, but the fact that we delayed from June 25th, I had done a tweet that prior to June 25th, there were only 2 casualties. It was Rex Masai and one other protester. Then after June 25th, then the casualties escalated. Why? Because when you went to your estates, when you went to Githurai and Rongai and where, the police came after you there. So your going home is not a guarantee of your safety, as had been promoted by the propagandists. I will not shy to name them. That is Boniface Mwangi. That is Caliph Cairo. Everyone who discouraged you from going to State House, from occupying CBD, anyone who might have discouraged you or even pushed you to go home did not achieve their intended objective, or so they claimed, that it was all about safety and security. No. So tomorrow, where you walk around in groups, as a previous speaker had spoken about policemen in civilians, if you see any, don't allow your comrades to be picked up by policemen in civilians. Don't allow, because it is illegal. Every police who is assigned for the protest has to be in uniform. So make sure that you don't allow any of your comrades to be picked up or to be arrested or to be held. So move in crowds. We have safety stewards for the goons. Jomo Kenyatta, first of all, for me, it seems like a very strategic idea, because this government does not care about locals, does not care about its own citizens, the people who pay the taxes of the very police who are tear gassing, shooting and killing us. So what do? Let's go to where Muzungus are. And where is it? It's the airport. Tomorrow probably there'll be senior diplomats landing. So there you are guaranteed that the cops will not shoot aimlessly. They will trigger happy policemen who love just firing at any target, may be asked to exercise restraint. Because why? Because they are Muzungus. So it is the best place, because these guys care about Muzungus than us. If they are Kenyans in diaspora, all of you are supposed to be marching to your respective embassies. The ones in the United States of America, you're supposed to be marching to the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank. Those are the institutions that have underwritten, they have bankrolled our misery, they have bankrolled our oppression. So we must go there in a peaceful manner and submit our memorandums and protest and picket. So I am very motivated to see that there were people who are there today, but I am also disappointed to see that they have gone home. If it was a preamble, if it was a curtain raiser, they should have stayed there and wait for the others to join. So I don't understand with Gen Zs and the protesters, what's this obsession to go home early? I need to understand the psychology behind going home, that at 5 you're tired. At 5 we should be having another consignment of protesters coming to replace perhaps those who are going for a night shift or something. I need to understand the psychology, because we will never reach, and somebody has just suggested over there that maybe we need to storm Parliament, but I think right now Parliament has been overtaken by events. We could storm there if they embark on shenanigans like approving the CSs who are renamed the deadbeats, the spent cartridges who are renamed by William Ruto the other day, who are reappointed, and even the thugs who have sneaked in there, their names have been sneaked in there. So if tomorrow is to be successful, then you must go with the mindset that you're not going to go back home. That is all I wanted to say. I think that was the most important thing that was coming from me. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak today.
Thank you so much, Abdullah Rahman. Is it? I think I'm right, Abdullah Rahman. Proceed.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I want to thank you, Cyprian, for the platform. I also want to thank patriots that throughout this struggle have given us their platforms and the audience and the massive following that they enjoy. I want to mention in a very special way, can see my sister Marge is down here, Francis Kaido. There is the MCP Peter, there is Amerix, and there is Kibe, I think, and all those others. So I want to thank you, all of you. My sister Kesh, I can see you here, and all those that have used their voices. Even when it's an inconvenient thing and when it's uncomfortable, you have worked hard to ensure that we have the voices, the platform to continue our struggle. I support the march to JKIA and the march to Occupy everywhere else for the different people that are located in different parts of the country and those are abroad and all that. I support Ruto must go with everything in me because he has proven that for every opportunity he's gotten, he has killed us. I support that we need to have reforms in our country, and that is why I am suggesting, as much as we want to continue with the protests, we ought also to have, as we are exerting pressure and exerting all we're engaging them in the streets and all the warfare we have in the violent boycott and refusal to civil unrest to ensure that we are listened to. I also asking that we unite the divisions that we have seen and people attacking and counter-attacking each other. We could set aside our differences that we might have been having from the past for the sake of our country, because it is bigger than us, it's bigger than everyone else. So we could ensure that we unite for the next couple of days because our victory is near. I have already seen it. I have heard it. I feel it within my systems that we are about to win. Let us not listen to divide ourselves. I want to call our bigwigs here, Kina Kimuzi, Maj, Jilani, Cyprian. I can see you guys, I've mentioned you. I want us, we strategize and have one platform space, if it is going to be hosted by anyone, irrespective of whoever host is a child of Kenya, is a daughter or a son of Kenya, who host a space in which everyone will be in attendance, and we ensure that we divide ourselves into those that are going to be in charge of mobilizing resources for those that are protesting. And also we have intellectuals that are going to ensure we introduce reforms that we want, so that in case we have a chance to implement our reforms constitutionally in forms of law, constitutional amendments and all that. For example, the EACC, we might want to, just for example, I listened to them yesterday in the space held by Mizani saying that they do not have powers to fight corruption. So if we decide to go the constitutional amendment route, we might decide to have those experts that will be engaged in the review of law and the constitution and all that. The other branch that we might need is continuous political education, and so that also when we take over power, we do not repeat the same mistakes that we are accusing the current regimes of. So our plate is full, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited. I can see victory a few days from now. Let us be each other's brother. Let us be each other's sister. We are countrymen. We are patriots. We are doing this for the love of our motherland. We are doing this because we want to bequeath a better country for those that will come for us. I have had that revolutionaries most of the times do not enjoy the fruits of revolution. So you may be fighting here and you will not be probably even be here when the rest of the people are going to be enjoying the fruits of the revolution. So we are doing this for the country. We are doing this for the love of our motherland. We are tired of seeing other countries progressing and our motherland is stagnated. We are tired of seeing people that do not have not even are not as learned as we are, ruling over us, clueless of how to manage an economy, clueless on how to manage the populations. It's a shame we cannot even feed ourselves, our fellow countries.